The Menendez brothers, the story of Erik and Lyle Menendez. I'm Colton, and I'll be talking about the background. Lyle Menendez was born on January 10th, 1968. Erik Menendez was born on November 27th, 1970. They were the sons of Jose and Mary Menendez, who were shot and killed in their Beverly Hills home in 1996. They represented the perfect model of a family reflecting the American dream of the 80s. Jose, their father, was born in Cuba and then immigrated to the U.S. after the Cuban Revolution of the 1950s. After graduating college, Jose took a job with RCA Records signing bands. Lyle was a star tennis player who attended Princeton and seemed designated for a career in the same line of work as his worshipped father. Erik was an even better tennis player than his brother and was scheduled to attend UCLA in the fall of 1989, 2 months before the convicted murder. Jose Menendez was seen as a hardworking family man who would work his children to death in education and athletics. The murders were cruel and gruesome. They were described as barbaric crimes, and Jose and Mary were found almost nearly unidentifiable with 15 rounds from two 12-gauge shotguns. Police and investigators first assumed it was a mob hit out for Jose's fortune. The night of the murders, the brothers told the police they were out to see a movie, which later came back a lie. Before Jose died, he was estimated at 14 million. After the deaths of their parents, they didn't act like they lost their parents in a bloodbath of a murder. Rather, two young men who just won the lottery spending $700,000 of their father's fortune in less than 6 months. Both brothers indulged in brand new cars, concert tickets, and exotic vacations.
Hi, my name is Caitlin. I'll be talking about the trial and sentencing and the theory that we applied to this case. So during the trial, the Menendez brothers both claimed that they were abused by the father emotionally and sexually throughout the whole childhood. This created them to have a fear of him throughout their whole life. They made claims that their mother knew it was happening, and they explained that she never tried to help them and was an alcoholic slash drug user. This is part of their why that they claimed that they killed her too. Both claimed they committed the crime because of fear. The judge and jury believed that the crime was committed so the two could gain their parents' wealth, compared to what the boy said was because of their fear. The brothers were both tried separately, but both were convicted with 2 counts of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder, and they were both sentenced to life in prison without parole. They both tried to appeal their case, but were both denied. So the theory that we chose to go with this case was a psychoanalytic or a psychodynamic theory. It was created by Sigmund Freud. He believed throughout our childhood, we carry emotional attachments that influence our personalities and our behavior. So he believed that we have 3 parts to a human personality, which are the id, ego, and superego. The id is the primitive personality, and it goes back to when we're born and our instincts from birth. Ego is what compensates for the id demands. So the ego is what controls our primitive demands and kind of shows us from right from wrong, and that's the start, and it happens in early childhood. Superego is a moral aspect of a person's personality. So as we get older, we learn the morals are acceptable in society and normal society. In this theory, the criminal offender is usually aggressive, frustrated due to events from childhood, which makes them commit delinquent or violent acts. So applying the theory to the Menendez case, we believe that this theory goes with this case very well. The theory explains that the reason offenders committed a crime is due to unhappiness in childhood, which throughout the Menendez life, they experienced a ton of unhappiness due to the way that their father treated them and the way that their mother never helped them. The id, ego, and superego are not balanced, making it difficult to function in society. So their personalities kind of fought each other throughout their whole lives, making them not really fitting into the society that their father wanted them to, hence why he was so much harsher on them. If the ego personality is weak, it can create immaturity, poor social skills, and can make a person easily influenced by peers. So as the boys got older, they were committing delinquent acts with their peers and were having a hard time fitting into the social norms, especially in college. The Menendez brothers both have committed delinquent acts. Lyle was on academic and disciplinary probation for poor grades and accused of plagiarism. Both boys were committing a string of burglaries in their neighborhood for fun, they claimed, with their peers, so they're easily influenced by their peers. Due to their social class, their parents were able to get them out of any trouble that they created. So this part applies to the theory too as well, because they don't understand that their behavior isn't part of the normal social norms. So they still commit these crimes knowing that they will never be punished for them because that's how they were raised throughout their childhood. So going back to if an ego is weak, there is immaturity, poor social skills. These poor social skills were brought throughout their unhappy childhood from the abuse that they claim that their father did to them and their mother not helping them, which led them to go from a delinquent actions to more violent actions, leading them to murder their parents.
Hi, my name is Kayla, and I will be discussing some policy implications that go with psychoanalytic theory. The first one is raising a child in a consistent environment. This means providing a sense of constancy in their lives, also providing routine and continuity. Children need to be cared for and nurtured, but when they need discipline, it helps to have a consistent approach so kids can learn to control their behavior. Setting clear boundaries provides them with structure and teaches them how to behave. Parenting classes can help teach these approaches, teaching them what is normal instead of an unbalanced life. A normal life for a child is growing up in a loving family and not families that harm each other. These families provide for one another and help each other succeed. Simply, being involved in activities can help balance a normal life. Giving kids something to look forward to that they enjoy can help them stay out of trouble. When tried, the brothers claimed their father abused them and their mother knew of the acts. This is not a normal and balanced home life. Events like this cause trauma to children that can lead to misbehavior in the future. Psychoanalytic therapy. This is a form of talk therapy based on Freud's psychoanalytic theory. This approach explores how the unconscious mind influences your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This is a form of in-depth talk that brings unconscious or deeply buried thoughts and feelings to the conscious mind. It is built on the idea that your behavior is determined by experiences from your past that are lodged in your unconscious mind. Unsympathetic parents or teachers can lead to psychoanalytic theory. Parents and teachers who become more sympathetic to their children or students are more likely to cause a positive impact on them. Teachers can help boost a child's confidence and self-esteem. Little things like this can show children that they are cared about. Lyle Menendez was on academic probation because of his poor grades and was accused of plagiarism. The question rises if whether or not Lyle did this on his own or he did not have this type of support system. Seeking counselors and mentors. Psychoanalytic theory can also be formed from phobias enhanced by emotional blocking caused by anxiety and aggression. Seeking counselors and mentors connects a young person to personal growth and development. They are also provided with social and economic opportunity. Mentors and counselors share valuable life lessons and educate you on what to do. This is extremely beneficial to young children with an unstable home life or involved in any type of abuse. Overall, these policy implications mostly fall back on parenting and influences. Good parenting and positive influences in children's lives can help ensure them to stay out of crime. When children do not have these types of resources that come with it, they are most likely going to fall back to criminal-related activity. According to the Menendez brothers, they did not have a stable home life. They moved around a lot, and their father emotionally and sexually abused them. Throughout their childhood, they were involved in delinquent activities. If some of these implications had been applied, the outcome of their story may have been different.